final argument is over, the last defense is spent. I lay down the brittle weapons of my own discontent. The courtroom in my mind adjourns. The gavel's final sound is just the echo of my striving as it hits the ground. A quiet so immense descends, it swallows every plea. Not a void, but a fullness that was always meant to be. This hush is not an absence, it's a presence taking charge. As your boundless understand expands and grows at large. Hush, let the noise settle like dust on the floor. Hush, you don't have to explain anymore. Hush, let the need to be right simply cease. Hush, and be wrapped in the mantle of peace. The war is over, child. The battle wasn't yours to win. Just hush and let the healing like a deep dawn begin. In the syllable of silence, in the space between the thoughts, is the kingdom you were fighting for with blood and tears you bought. My restless hands grow still now, my furrowed brow relaxes as your hush moves through my being, sending all the anxious axis. It falls on me like twilight on a fevered, busy field, commanding every chaotic inner creature to yield. And in the yielded quiet, what arises is a song, but not one I have to sing. It's been in me all along. It's your lullaby of ownership, your ballad of the found, the melody that plays itself when every other sound is hushed. So let the world rage on, a television on mute, a distant frantic pantomime bearing no true fruit. For here in this quiet chamber, sealed with your command, I finally understand the most profound word heaven speaks to a tired human soul isn't go or fight or strive, but simply, gently be whole. And it starts with hush. Just hush. I am, you are, that is enough. Hush. Is over, the last defense is spent. I lay down the brittle weapons of my own discontent. The courtroom in my mind adjourns. The gavel's final sound is just the echo of my striving as it hits the ground. A quiet so immense descends, it swallows every plea. Not a void, but a fullness that was always meant to be. The This hush is not an absence, it's a presence taking charge as your boundless understand expands and grows at large. Hush, let the noise settle like dust on the floor. Hush, you don't have to explain anymore. Hush, let the need to be right simply cease. Hush, and be wrapped in the mantle of peace. The war is over, child. The battle wasn't yours to win. Just hush and let the healing like a deep dawn begin. In the syllable of silence, in the space between the thoughts, is the kingdom you were fighting for. With blood and tears you bought. My restless hands grow still now. My furrowed brow relaxes as your hush moves through my being, soothing all the anxious axis. It falls on me like twilight on a fevered, busy field, commanding every chaotic inner creature to yield. And in the yielded quiet, what arises is a song, but not one I have to sing. It's been in me all along. It's your lullaby of ownership, your ballad of the found, the melody that plays itself when every other sound is hushed. To let the world rage on, a television on mute, a distant frantic pantomime bearing no true fruit. For here in this quiet chamber, sealed with your command, I finally understand the most profound word heaven speaks to a tired human soul. Isn't gold or fight or strive, but simply, gently behold. And it starts with hush, just hush. I am, you are, that is enough. Hush. Between the note and the echo, between the breath and sound, in the space where doing crumbles and where being can be found. decree a halt, a ceasefire, a unilateral peace, where the tyranny of progress and its clamor must cease. I step out of the river's frantic, unforgiving flow onto the bank of moments where the deeper waters go. This is not procrastination. This is holy recreation, a deliberate, brave withdrawal from the speed of all creation. This is my sacred pause, my moment in the sun, where the to-do list ends and your kingdom has come. A conscious interruption, a voluntary cease in this sacred pause. I find my perfect peace. The world spins on without me, and it's welcome to its race. I'm discovering the rhythm of sufficient sovereign grace in the cathedral of this stillness, with no program and no cause. I am saved, and I am savoring this sacred, sacred pause. I feel the knots within me, one by one, begin to yield, unwound by patient fingers in this quiet, open field. Your time is not a currency that I must spend or save. It is the ocean of eternity in which my soul can bathe. In this pause I am not useless. I am in a state of prayer, a living, breathing altar of surrender and of care. You're not hiding my output, you're admiring your own art, the masterpiece of me. You're healing in my deepest part. And when the whistle blows again, and I must re-engage, to history's loud page. For the sacred pause is not escape, it is the source of power. The returning to the root of me in this most urgent hour. It's the Sabbath of the Spirit. It's the Jubilee of mind. The place where all my scattered pieces are gathered and refined. Sacred, holy, stop. Let the thinking drop. Just the heart and the beat of mercy, slow and sweet, in the sacred pause. Between the note and the echo, between the breath and sound, in the space where doing crumbles and where being can be found, I decree a halt, a ceasefire, a unilateral peace, where the tyranny of progress and its clamor must cease. I step out of the river's frantic, unforgiving flow, onto the bank of moments where the deeper waters go. This is not procrastination, this is holy recreation, a deliberate, brave withdrawal from the speed of all creation. This is my sacred pause, my moment in the sun, where the to-do list ends and your kingdom has come. A conscious interruption, a voluntary cease. In this sacred pause, I find my perfect peace. The world spins on without me, and it's welcome to its race. I'm discovering the rhythm of sufficient sovereign grace in the cathedral of this stillness, with no program and no cause. I am saved and I am savoring this sacred, sacred pause. I feel the knots within me one by one begin to yield, unwound by patient fingers in this quiet open field. Your time is not a currency that I must spend or save. It is the ocean of eternity in which my soul can bathe. In this pause, I am not useless, I am in a state of prayer, a living, breathing masterpiece of me, you're healing in my deepest part. And when the whistle blows again and I must re-engage, I'll carry this deep quiet into history's loud page. For the sacred pause is not escape, it is the source of power, the returning to the root of me in this most urgent hour. It's the Sabbath of the Spirit, it's the Jubilee of mind, the place where all my scattered pieces are gathered and refined. Just the heart and the beat of mercy, slow and sweet, in the sacred pause, in the sacred pause. In the sacred I step out of the pressure, the dense and heavy air, a performance and perfection of comparison and care. It's a climate of condition where my worth is earned in sweat, a toxic thin environment of worry and regret. But here across this threshold, in this place I call my own, there's a different kind of weather where your mercy has been sown. I inhale and it is healing, I exhale and I release into this vast and open sky of everlasting peace. I'm breathing in an atmosphere of grace, so rich and pure. It's healing every anxious thought, of that I can be sure. This is the air my soul was made for. This is the native space to simply be and rest and breathe in this atmosphere of grace. No need to gasp or strive here, no need to fight for bread. Just the easy, full acceptance that has conquered even death. I'm oxygenated by a love that has no shame or price, suspended in the wonder of this holy sweet device. It fills the room with kindness, a palpable gentle haze that softens every sharp edge and brightens all my days. My lungs once tight with panic now expand with holy ease, drinking down this freedom carried on the sacred breeze. Your grace is not a concept, not a theological line. It is the very element in which your life blends into mine. I'm submerged in its ocean. I am buoyed by its tide, but nothing left to prove, and nothing left I need to hide. And when I must go back out to the world's thin frantic air, I will take this inner climate with me everywhere. Let me be a pocket, Lord, a hidden sacred zone where this atmosphere of grace is what I've made my known home. Let it leak out from my spirit, let it touch the lives I meet, a portable sanctuary, a grace that is complete. Breathe in, grace. Breathe out, feel the atmosphere is clean. Just grace and peace, never to see in this atmosphere. The grand performances are over, the mighty anthem sung, the crowded rooms of worship where the faithful and the young lifted shouts of acclamation that could shake the temple walls. But now in this dim evening, as the last echo falls, I come with no fanfare, no impressive song to bring, just a yearning for the intimacy that only silence sings. I'm not a part of thousands here, speaking the secret language for the soul when it's alone. You don't have to move the heavens, don't have to split the sky. Just whisper my name, Lord, and I'll draw nigh. Not in the earthquake's power, not in the fire's leap, but in the gentle power not you give my soul to keep. When the world shouts never and my own heart screams shame, cut through it all with tenderness, just whisper my name. That's the sound that finds me, that's the truth that heals the soul, the whisper that remakes a broken vessel. It settles in the stillness like a summer evening dew, a personal, familiar sound exclusively for you. It doesn't chide or hurry, doesn't force or overwhelm. It simply speaks identity to the center of my realm. Beloved child, my own, in tones the world can't hear. It dissolves the ghost of failure and it conquers every fear. That whisper holds the universe, holds every star in place, yet bends to touch my spirit in this solitary space. So let the stages empty, let the microphones all fade. The testimony of this quiet will never be betrayed. For in the secret place of hearing, where no other voice can come, your whisper is the miracle that strikes my inner deafness dumb. It's the first word of creation and the last word of the grace, the sound that traced my form before I saw my mother's face. Just a whisper on the breeze, through the trees of my heart, calling me. Whisper my name, and I am The grand performances are over, the mighty anthem sung. The crowded rooms of worship where the faithful and the young lifted shouts of acclamation that could shake the temple walls. But now in this dim evening, as the last echo falls, I come with no fanfare, no impressive song to bring, just a yearning for the intimacy that only silence sings. I'm not a part of thousands here, I'm one and I am known, seeking the secret language for the soul when it's alone. You don't have to move the heavens, don't have to split the sky, just whisper my name, Lord, and I'll draw nigh. Not in the earthquake's power, not in the fire's leap, but in the gentle calling that you give my soul to keep. When the world shouts never and my own heart screams shame, cut through it all with tenderness, just whisper my name. That's the sound that finds me, that's the truth that heals the soul, the whisper that remakes a broken vessel whole. Settles in the stillness like a summer evening dew. A personal, familiar sound exclusively for you. It doesn't chide or hurry, doesn't force or overwhelm. It simply speaks identity to the center of my realm. Beloved child, my own, in tones the world can't hear. It dissolves the ghost of failure and it conquers every fear. Holds the universe, holds every star in play, yet bends to touch my spirit in this solitary space. So let the stages empty, let the microphones all fade. The testimony of this quiet will never be betrayed. For in the secret place of hearing, where no other voice can come, your whisper is the miracle that strikes my inner deafness dumb. It's the first word of creation and the last word of the grace, the sound that traced my form before I saw my mother's face. Just a whisper, all it breathes, all the breeze, through the trees of my heart, calling me, whisper my name, and I am. city's echo fades into a distant muffled sound as I step into this sanctuary on this hallowed ground. It's not a building made of mortar, not a cathedral made of stone, but a secret place within me where your mercy is made known. I leave the day's collisions, every bruise upon my soul, where the waves of expectation tried to take their toll. I'm shedding all the layers, the performance and the guise, to meet you in the quiet where the truth is in your eyes. And in these still waters, my reflection finds your face. Every ripple of worry is smoothed by your grace. I'm not drowning, I'm drinking from a never-ending well. In these still waters, with you my soul can dwell. The surface was so frantic, choppy with my fear and doubt, but you called me to the depths where the real work is worked out. In these still waters, calm and deep and clear, your voice is all I want. Your presence is so near. You reveal what's underneath, what the turbulence conceals, the hidden dreams and wounds that are now being healed. No more striving to stay afloat by the strength within my arm. I'm resting in your buoyancy, protected from all harm. The sun is setting softly, casting gold across this peace, as every inner tempest finds its sweet and sure release. You speak not to the chaos, but to what the chaos hid, the beloved child beneath the things this anxious adult did. And if a wind should threaten, if a stone should break the glass, let the circle of your peace be what I let my focus pass. Not the point of the disturbance, not the fear of what may be, but the everlasting stillness at the center holding me. For the water may be shaken, but the depth remains the same, and your love is the deep current that earns your holding waves. In you still, so still, my soul is quiet now. Quieter than a prayer, deeper than a vow. In the still waters, I am home. The city's echo fades into a distant muffled sound As I step into this sanctuary on this hallowed ground, it's not a building made of mortar, not a cathedral made of stone, but a secret place within me where your mercy is made known. I leave the day's collisions, every bruise upon my soul, where the waves of expectation try to take their toll. I'm shedding all the layers, the performance and the guise, to meet you in the quiet where the truth is in your eyes. And in these still waters, my reflection finds your face. Every ripple of worry is smoothed by your grace. I'm not drowning, I'm drinking from a never-ending well. In these still waters, with you my soul can dwell. The surface was so frantic, choppy with my fear and doubt, but you call me to the depths where the real work is worked out. In these still waters, calm and deep and clear, your voice is all I want, your presence is so near. You reveal what's underneath, what the turbulence conceals, the hidden dreams and wounds that are now being healed. No more striving to stay afloat by the strength within my arm. I'm resting in your buoyancy, protected from all harm. The sun is setting softly, casting gold across this peace, as every inner tempest finds its sweet and sure release. You speak not to the chaos, but to what the chaos hid. The beloved child beneath the things this anxious adult did. And if a wind should threaten, if a stone should break the glass, let the circle of your peace be what I let my focus pass. Not the point of the disturbance, not the fear of what may be, but the everlasting stillness at the center holding me. For the water may be shaken, but the depth remains the same, and your love is the deep current that honors your holy name. Still, so still, my soul is quiet now, quieter than a prayer, deeper than a vow. In the still waters, I am home.
The thunder in my mind is rolled onto another coast. I'm standing in the wreckage of what troubled me the most. But it's quiet now, so quiet, just a drip of letting go. Of the rain of my anxieties that fell an hour ago. hollowed out and holy place where my soul can feel sated. This is the calm after the exhale after the fight, the first star in the velvet of the coming night. This is where I feel you in the absence of the gale, where your whisper is a symphony and your peace will never fail. Not in the crash and drama, not in the whirlwind spin, but here in the calm after, where true healing can begin. You were in the storm, yes, but you were in this morn. In the calm after, standing at my open door. The air is clean and fragrant, like the earth after a shower. And I sense within the stillness a renewing kind of power. Not the kind that shouts for glory, not the kind that breaks and bends, And I'm standing in the wreckage of what troubled me the most. But it's quiet now, so quiet, just the drip of letting go of the rain of my anxieties that fell an hour ago. The light is strange and precious, filtered through the aftermath. A golden gentle kindness on this newly cleared path. I'm surveying not the damage, but the space that's been created. A hollowed out and holy place where my soul can feel sated. This is the calm after, the exhale after the fight. The first star in the velvet of the coming night. This is where I feel you in the absence of the gale, where your whisper is a symphony and your peace will never fail. Not in the crashing drama, not in the whirlwind spin, but here in the calm after, where true healing can begin. You are in the storm, yes, you are in this morn. In the calm after, standing at my open door. The air is clean and fragrant like the earth after a shower, and I sense within this stillness a renewing kind of power. Not the kind that shouts for glory, not the kind that breaks and bends, but the power that rebuilds a soul, the love that truly mends. You're picking up the scattered pieces, not with haste, but with great care, and showing me that what I thought was ruined, you were there, preserving in the deluge what I needed to retain. Now washed and clean and glistening, free from the old stain. Let me linger in this moment, let me memorize this air, the sacred sweet suspension, free from every clawing care. For the world will send new weather, there will be another squall, but right here, right now, in the calm after, I have learned the secret of it all. To build my house, not for the storm, but for the peace you bring. To find my anchor, the calm after, and make that my everything. The calm after, the fight is past. This peace is built to last. In the calm after, my soul is home at last.
The revival fires have banged down, the shouting crowds have gone, and what I'm left with in the dark is what I'm resting on. Not the blaze that lit the heavens, not the heat that drew the crowd, but the steady, constant embers, breathing soft but breathing loud. This is the faith that lasts till morning. This is the love that sees the night. A subdued and stubborn burning, a confidential light. It doesn't scream for observation, doesn't dazzle or demand. It's just the proof that what you started is still warming in your hands. So let it burn low and slow, a steady embers glow. Not a wildfire raging, consuming all inside, but a warm, enduring presence through the longest night. This is the hidden furnace at the center of my soul, where the flames of true devotion have taken quiet control. In the embers glow, I see you, not in spectacle or show, but in the faithful, gentle burning that true knowing seems to know. Attended now in silence, with the breath of whispered prayer, shielding it from winds of doubt and the chill of deep despair. I add the fuel of memory, of moments you made plain, your faithfulness in past trials, through sunshine and through rain. The embers crackle softly with a language all their own, a story of a covenant on altar stones long sown. They need no bellows now, just peace, just oxygen of trust to hold their quiet, potent heat in the inevitable dust. And if the night grows colder and the darkness seems complete, this quiet glow will be the compass for my stumbling feet. For a blaze can blind and terrify and then burn out too fast, but embers hold the captured sun, a warmth that's built to last. They are the quiet keepers of the everlasting flame, and in their humble, patient light I hallow your great name. Just embers now, a quiet crimson song, holding all the day's heat, all the night long. Glow on, steady heart, go on. prayers have banked down, the shouting crowds have gone, and what I'm left with in the dark is what I'm resting on. Not the blaze that lit the heavens, not the heat that drew the crowd, but the steady, constant embers, breathing soft but breathing loud. This is the faith that lasts till morning. This is the love that sees the night. A subdued and stubborn burning, a confidential light. It doesn't scream for observation, doesn't dazzle or demand. It's just the proof that what you started is still warming in your hand. So let it burn low and slow, a steady embers glow. Not a wiry fire raging, consuming all in sight, but a warm, enduring presence through the longest night. This is the hidden furnace at the center of my soul, where the flames of true devotion have taken quiet control. In the embers glow, I see you, not in spectacle or show, but in the faithful, gentle burning that true knowing seems to know. Tended now in silence, with the breath of whispered prayer, shielding it from winds of doubt and the chill of deep despair. I add the fuel of memory of moments you made plain, your faithfulness in past trials, through sunshine and through rain. The embers crackle softly with a language all their own, a story of a covenant on altar stones long sown. They need no bellows now, just peace, just oxygen of trust to hold that quiet, potent heat in the inevitable dust. And if the night grows colder and the darkness seems complete, this quiet glow will be the compass for my stumbling feet. For a blaze can blind and terrify and then burn out too fast, but embers hold the captured sun, a warmth that's built to last. They are the quiet keepers of the everlasting flame, and in their humble, patient light, I hallow your great name. Just embers now, a quiet crimson song, holding all the day's heat, all the night long glow on, steady heart. meet me in the slowdown, in the deceleration phase, when my mind stops spinning chapters and my heart begins to gaze. There's no timer on this mercy, no deadline on this love, just the patient, kind endurance of the Father up above. I'm accustomed to the hustle, to the next thing on the line, but your eyes hold no agenda, and your hand is holding mine. Not to pull me faster forward, but to simply be a stay, to anchor me within the gift of this unfolding day. You are unhurried with me, profoundly, deeply unrushed, in a world that's always shouting, go, my soul is being hushed. You savor my becoming like a fine and aged wine. You take your time with me because you know that you have mine. This love is not efficient, it is wasteful by design, spending ages on a detail, making sure this heart is thine. You are unrushed so I can be, and finally at last, unravel in the safety of a love that holds me fast. You linger on the healing of a wound I'd glossed right over. You uncover hidden beauty like a four-leafed clover. You're not checking a box beside. You meet me in the slowdown, in the deceleration phase, when my mind stops spinning chapters and my heart begins to gaze. There's no timer on this mercy, no deadline on this love, just the patient, kind endurance of the Father up above. I'm accustomed to the hustle, to the next thing on the line, but your eyes hold no agenda, and your hand is holding mine. Not to pull me faster forward, but to simply be a stay, of this unfolding day. You are unhurried with me, profoundly, deeply unrushed, in a world that's always shouting, though my soul is being hushed. You savor my becoming like a fine and aged wine. You take your time with me because you know that you have mine. This love is not efficient, it is wasteful by design, spending ages on a detail, making sure this heart is thine. You are unrushed so I can be, and finally at last unraveling the safety of a love that holds me fast. You linger on the healing of a wound I'd glossed right over. You uncover hidden beauty like a four-leaved clover. You're not checking a box beside my sanctification. You are the artist and the act of my complete salvation. The sun may arc across the sky, the clock hands make their sweep, but in your presence eternity, a promise I can keep. You're teaching me the grammar of a slow and tender trust, where wait is not a punishment, but a divine and gentle must. So let productivity's proud idol crack and fall away. Its demands are hollow echoes at the closing of the day. The only thing that matters in this unrushed holy space is the growing recognition of the wonder of your face. And the slower that I go, Lord, the more that I can see the intricate, unrushed masterpiece you're making out of me. Unrushed, uncried, time is suspended. Healed in the waiting, I'm ended in the slowness, by love that is unrushed. You meet me in the slowdown, in the deceleration phase, when my mind stops spinning chapters and my heart begins to gaze. There's no timer on this mercy, no deadline on this love, just the patient, kind endurance of the Father up above. I'm accustomed to the hustle, to the next thing on the line, but your eyes hold no agenda, and your hand is holding mine, not to pull me faster forward, but to simply be a stay, to anchor me within the gift of this unfolding day. fine and aged wine. You take your time with me because you know that you have mine. This love is not efficient, it is wasteful by design. Spending ages on a detail, making sure this heart is thine. You are unrushed so I can be, and finally at last unravel in the safety of a love that holds me fast. You linger on the healing of a wound I'd glossed right over. You uncover hidden beauty like a four-leafed clover. You're not checking a box beside my sanctification. You are the artist and the act of my complete salvation. The sun may arc across the sky, the clock hands make their sweep, but in your presence, eternity, a promise I can keep. You're teaching me the grammar of a slow and tender trust, where wait is not a punishment, but a divine and gentle must. So let productivity's proud idle crack and fall away. Its demands are hollow echoes at the closing of the day. The only thing that matters in this unrushed holy space is the growing recognition of the wonder of your face. And the slower that I go, Lord, the more that I can see the intricate, unrushed masterpiece you're making out of me.